Good morning. Well, we're down in the seed warehouse today. Got another truckload of corn coming, which is going to fill this corner up here real fast. And that's where I've been keeping my steel. So, Xander and I pulled a few sheets out. We got 10 here, enough to do the next bay. We got 5 of them over there and measured it out, and he's drilling the holes for where the screws go. Get the other 10. I don't know if we'll get these hung up right away here or not. We should be able to get some, I guess. So we'll make a little progress on this. I got some errands to run today, got some bills to pay. And we'll get that seed truck coming this afternoon. So. Well, while Xander's working on getting our holes drilled, I'm getting this little bit of insulation put up in this last bottom bay here, since we got our J channel up now. And we've got to measure, make some cuts in the first sheet around this brace and the one in the middle up there, and we got to get this support rod out of the way. Seems like those should be tighter than that, but they are tightened all the way bottomed out here, so I don't know. I don't really like them just hanging like that. I was going to ask the guy that I bought the building from sometime what he thinks about that. But in order to get them tighter, you'd either have to cut some threads off of these so you can tighten that farther, or shorten the whole rod and re-weld it together. I don't really want to do that. Or I guess you could try and drill new holes, but that's not going to work real good either. So anyway, we're just going to take it down from there while we're hanging this sheet, and then we'll get it put back up after we get it steel up there. Alright, I took some measurements there. We've got that one conduit yet. We're going to just come up to that purlin that it's mounted to and not go to the next one. So we'll be able to get that out and get the insulation in there later before we do the top sheets. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. But I measured around that brace. And he's about done drilling, so we should be ready to go here pretty quick. Well, let's see if we can put a sheet of steel up there. Well, that one wasn't too bad. Went up there pretty good, so we're gonna do the next two and we'll see where we're at. Maybe the third one, depending on those brackets. I don't want to take those brackets down until we get our truck in today, because just in case something happens and then I can't open my door, then we're in trouble. Okay. Well, we got 3 sheets up. We'll put our bar or rod back in. We've got to take our door track down to do the next sheet and then cut the last one and get it in there. So we'll try and get that done later this afternoon. I don't know what time that truck is coming, and so I don't want to be in the middle of that and not be able to get the door open when the seed truck comes. So if we don't get it today, we'll do it tomorrow, I guess. Not a big deal. Of course, tomorrow I got a whole bunch of seed trucks coming too. So yeah, that ain't gonna work. Hopefully the truck comes at a reasonable time this afternoon and we can get it done this afternoon. If not, well, we got 3 more sheets up, so we're gonna get everything out of the way here, and then I moved those 5 other sheets that go on the top out of the way. We'll stack these on top of it and get them all put into a nice little pile somewhere. Okay, well, we're gonna be done down in the seed warehouse until that truck comes. Here's the process. Here's the thought process, right? Next thing I want to bring in the shop is the corn planter. In order to get the corn planter in the back of the shop, we bring the tractor through those middle doors there, because I can't fit it in there and get it unfolded with the tractor hooked up. So we kind of bring it through, just drop it right there, pull the tractor ahead enough that we can close the doors, keep the heat in. In order to get the tractor through there, that air seeder's got to move. I want to take that air seeder down to the new barn that we have rented and put it down there, because we won't need it until wheat planting time, or maybe double crop beans in July. Either way, it's going to be a while before we need it. So let's get it out of here and store it. However, it's still dirty from planting wheat. We never did power wash it. We shop vac the seed out and stuff, but it didn't really get cleaned up. So I think we are going to hook onto it with the 8430 here that I plugged in this morning, and see if we can't back it through into the shop, clean it up a little bit, and then we'll take it and store it, probably not today, maybe tomorrow. Let's see, you gonna start today, tractor? I know, check the oil. Well, we just changed it. And I'm not going very far. Hotter. So, we are going to hook onto this and hopefully just open those center doors and back it right through. Actually, it would probably be easier if I just take it out and around. I got to take the sprayer out anyway. Gonna go. Okay. Let Xander pull it out and around here. I'll go get the sprayer and the 7520 out of the way. Okay, well, we got this in here. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do a real thorough job and get it super clean. Can't unfold it. It's just not going to happen. But we can get this dust off of everything and the heavy dirt and stuff. Clean it up a little bit. We'll do some maintenance on this before we get to planting wheat. Things like, I don't know, this gauge wheel tire's probably wore out. It's just in pretty rough shape, so it could be replaced. I don't know how the openers are or anything. Phil usually handles the maintenance on this. Well, him and Brock have done it, so we'll see who does it this fall. But that's usually a time of the year when Phil's not hauling grain and I have other things going on, so he usually handles it. So anyway, we'll let Xander wash here. All right, well, Xander's gonna power wash and clean up that air seeder here for a little while. I've got a few errands to run. I've got the boys with me. Say hi, boys.
Hi.
They don't have school today, and they might not ever have school again the way it looks. I don't know. Went to school for 1.5 days last week, and didn't have school yesterday or today, and it's only going to get colder throughout the rest of the week. So honestly, I'd be a little surprised if they have school the rest of this week. But we'll see. Hopefully, right, boys? Hopefully, you got school tomorrow.
No.
We already know they have a 2-hour delay for tomorrow. That was a planned one for a teacher in service. So I've already missed half the week. Anyway, we have to go drop off a check for one of our chemical bills. So we're going to go do that. That's due by the end of the month. We got another one that we got to do as well, but we'll get this one taken care of for now. And then we're going to go get some more supplies and things that I need from the stores and find some lunch, and we'll be back this afternoon. My shopping trip with the boys took longer than expected, but let's see how we're doing. Got a little foam on stuff. These had to have been washing for a long time. Well, we did unload my seed truck that came, so we'll go down and mess with that too. But cleaner than it was, I can tell that already. Well, I'm sure there's still dirt somewhere, especially up on top where we can't get to it, but it's a lot better than it was. So we're going to let this sit in the shop overnight, and then hopefully tomorrow we can take it over to that barn. I don't know. We'll see how the roads are. They're not great today, and they're blowing and drifting, and it's probably not a great idea, so it might just get put in the barn until roads are better conditions, and then we'll take it down there. But at least it's cleaned up and out of here. Still working on tracking down some tires. The tire place never called me back today, so I'll have to see if I can't get a hold of some, but get that sprayer back in here and get our tires done. But anyway, that's good. Another thing off the list. All right, well, here's our seed that we got on this truck today. There's a lot of bags, and we got 6 boxes. So I'm gonna pile all this stuff up. We'll stack it in over here, and then we'll call her a day. Well, that filled that corner up, and supposedly I have another full truckload of corn coming on Friday. Where in the heck are we going to put it? Oh boy, we might have to take our boxes down to the farm. I've got a bunch of boxes in here that are ours that go down to the farm at some point. It's earlier and colder than I would like to do that, but we might have to create some space. So, and we've got a whole bunch of beans coming tomorrow. We'll see what this looks like after the end of the day tomorrow or Thursday. I guess there's a few trucks coming on Thursday. So, but yeah, going to fill up real fast, and that's why I wanted to get those sheets out so we can finish this bay up here, and not have them, stuck in there, or harder to get out at least. So, anyway, you ready to go in the house, boys?
Yes.
They're cold. All right, thanks for watching this one. Another short video today. We're going to head into the house where it's nice and warm. And we're going to unload a bunch of trucks here tomorrow, see what else we got to do. We'll see about getting that air seeder out of the shop and bringing the sprayer back in. And I'm still trying to track down tires, but waiting on a phone call. So, I don't know. I found some places online that sell used ones or sell tires that might be halfway decent. I should probably look into that a little bit more, especially if we're not going to keep the sprayer long term. Maybe I should just buy some used ones for cheap. But, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great night. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and stay warm. Peace!